Be prepared. Ryan Hodge here. It is Thursday morning, and hopefully, you guys are getting your day started off right. I'm actually already at the office, but thought I'd share that I think that we are in for a little bit of trolling. And when I say that, I talk to the impact of, what we do on social media and how, oftentimes people like to judge us or they like to observe, what it is that they're doing from afar, rather than engaging and finding out what the real story is. And so I share that earlier this week I posted a listing, and I am very, very blessed and grateful that I am in the world of real estate. I listed a property just on the weekend, and this was for an elderly lady that has already moved out of her house, and she needs this house sold. She's got a 15-day possession date on it. We marketed it the way we normally do. We put all of our, proper protocol in for COVID-19, and I ran an ad on Facebook, just sharing the property and a little bit on, now's not the time to panic buy or panic sell. And I think that it's really, really important that we watch our messaging right now. And it's funny because we ran an ad 2 weeks ago, and we've been doing this. This is just a note for those of you that are outside of large market. We're in a medium-sized market, and we've been running ads off of all of our listings into the GTA, which is the Toronto area. So for those of you that are, perhaps in a smaller market outside of Toronto, something to consider. We were able to secure a really good buyer lead that was actually being transferred for work, and we double-ended a $600,000 property. They had to sell another property in the GTA, and so we picked up a referral on that, which was a great win through this challenging time with two essential clients. What I share about the recent ad was that somebody went on to my post, and they've got a real perspective on real estate agents right now in terms of us being, I guess, the opportunist. And their comment was, let us go back to our own way of life and stop being a vulture. Now, they used a few additional words on that as well, and I always find that amusing. But I also am a study of human behavior and an observation of human behavior. So number one, I do think that the public is going to have some different opinions and perspectives on us as we move forward. Number two, always stay in a really good, strong place of response versus reaction. Response versus reaction. Because ultimately, response is rooted in personal responsibility. And right now is a good time for us to stay really, really responsible. See, I could have, made comments on that post, or I could have, private messaged the person, but it was a straight clip. Okay, I deleted and blocked. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with doing that, because we need to set boundaries. I'm proud to be in real estate. I'm proud and blessed that we have been deemed an essential service. I'm proud that I get to go out and support my family and support others in need, because shelter has been deemed essential. And I think that too often we get caught up in, letting the observations of others or letting other people's opinions impact us. And whenever we do that, we step away from our own power. We step outside of our own personal power, because we're focused on the opinions of others. We're focused on, getting validation from somebody else, where validation only lies within. Validation only lies within. People will troll us on social media all the time, whether you're in a leadership space, whether you're in a real estate space only, whether you're in a family space. People are going to disagree with what we do. People are going to have opinions of the way that we conduct ourselves or act. But unless somebody is really going, beneath the surface, understanding that there's always two sides to every story, and hey, the person that was trolling me and made that comment, maybe they were just having a bad day, maybe they weren't. That's not for me to judge, it's just an observation. But those that, sit and troll and have their opinions and don't understand both sides of the story, you know what story they're telling? They're telling their own. They're telling their own side of the story, and they're showing up to teach you exactly what we need to learn in order to grow and evolve further. However, there's nothing wrong with creating healthy boundaries and detaching from negativity. And this is going to be an important time to do so because we're going to get judged a little bit more. People are going to have opinions as when it is right for us to start promoting ourselves like we have normally done all along. It's not to say that we want to, disobey the rule in terms of, what we're supposed to be doing as an essential service. But I think it's really, really crucial to look at our messaging. What is our messaging right now to the consumer? We have been focusing on a very strong message of, we are pleased to be an essential service. We are sharing that, all things considered, we've always had the virtual tools and technology available to each and every one of us, because here's the thing. We do not want the message to the consumer that these virtual tools are going to help them do it themselves. We're indicating that although these tools and services are available, we're an essential service, but now is the most important time to conduct a virtual presentation, evaluation, or consultation with a professional licensed real estate person. So, watch that messaging. The other messaging that we're using is right now is not the time to panic buy or panic sell. And we're educating the consumer and our audience and our lists on what it means to be an essential client. For the time being, we are, indicating that there's a threshold that somebody must meet in order to be that essential client. And, despite doing all of that, we're always going to have people that may disagree. We're always going to have people that may not learn both sides of the story. There are people that we observe all the time, even in our own space, that will sit in a real estate group and they will just observe and judge. They will sit and they will, not actually learn both sides of the story. They will not take the time to connect with somebody that they may be passing judgment on. And ultimately, they're just sharing their story. They're giving their own power away by focusing on something that really shouldn't matter to them. And if it does matter to them, then I would certainly question, what is it that they're actually doing from a place of productivity, from a place of contribution, from a place of purpose or dharma, or are they just creating some more negative real estate karma? And hey, we're all in this together. We all make mistakes. We all have challenges, and we all have days where we may pass a little bit of judgment. That is just normal human behavior, but staying in a space of awareness to it. And what I will say, and I guarantee, based on some of the comments that have been in here about, people looking for deals, there's a flip side to it, that people are going to take and pass some judgment on us for being in work and essentially working. So, keep stepping into your own personal power. Keep, understanding, what is before us. Take that magic pause, take a little bit of personal responsibility before we react to a situation. Just keep taking action, because this is going to pass. We are going to create momentum. We're going to move forward, and we're going to be really, really good and strong at doing it. Have an amazing day.